We just cashed a $1.4 million check.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool Friday.
In this video, we're going to talk about how we got there and what we did with the money. And the best part I didn't even mention is that money that we got was
tax-free.
I promise in this video, he's not just going to finish my
sentences.
Before we get into how we did this, make sure to hit that like button there in the corner. We'd really appreciate it. And it definitely doesn't hurt your chances of doing what we did. We started with one house in 2014. Remember that?
Yeah, we started our company in April, and then we had our first house by like August, right?
Yep. So since then, we've added almost 100 single-family rentals. We do other stuff, but we've added almost 100 single-family rentals, and we didn't use any of our own money. What's the method we used to do that?
We executed the BRRRR strategy to buy all of these rentals without using $1 of our own money.
Pretty cool. And if you want more details on the BRRRR strategy, we're not going to go into that. Click on the video above if you want more detail on the BRRRR's method or the BRRRR strategy. We're not going to go into that much detail in this video. In this video, we're talking cash and we're talking no tax.
In case you didn't catch that, we own a $16 million rental portfolio without using $1 of our own money.
And we have $7 million in escrow right now. So it should be, is that 25 million?
23?
Oh, close enough.
That's Sam math for you right there. So owning rental properties is a get-rich-slow scheme, honestly. I know it's taken us 7 years, and a lot of people think that's fast, but honestly, it's an overtime slow game. It's not flipping where you get a quick check overnight. No, owning rentals is a long play. So what happened with us is we just started buying rentals, and we knew it was going to pay off. We knew it was going to pay off for a couple of reasons. One, owning rental properties is going to appreciate over time. Real estate has historically appreciated about 3 to 5% every year for the last 75 years or so, right?
Yeah, it's doing about 10 to 15% this year, which is not normal, but it does fluctuate.
Yeah, so appreciate means it's just going to go up in value that much over time. In addition to going up in value, we're using the BRRRR strategy, right? So we're putting mortgages on these houses, and we're having our tenants pay the mortgage down every single month, and that spread between what we owe on the property in debt and what the property is worth is the equity.
For simple terms, equity is the difference between what something's worth and what you owe on it. And we get that equity initially by rehabbing a property and creating value, but we force exponential equity. I don't know if that's a thing or not. I just kind of named that.
Coin it.
We force exponential equity with rental properties, and so does everybody else that owns rental properties the way that we do. So, as Luke alluded to, the properties go up in value because that's just what real estate does. Yes, there's dips, but over an extended period of time, real estate goes up. You can't buy anything now what you could 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, and then the note gets paid down by the tenant. So those two opposing forces just work together, and they work in our favor.
Yeah, and it takes time to do that, like we said earlier. So we started 7 years ago, and we've owned these properties, have tenants in them, and we've just watched the values go up. Granted, it's been an awesome market, right? But over time, on average, these properties are going to increase in value, and you're going to pay that bank debt down.
And we don't do anything except maintain the properties.
Yes.
But the tenants pay us to maintain them. The maintenance comes out of the rent that the tenants pay. So it's really pretty much after you get the property bought and rented, it's pretty much hands off, except for, leasing new tenants. Other than that, we don't really have to do anything. We just let the magic work.
I thought that was a great point, though, because if you don't keep up on your properties and maintain them, they're not going to go up in value, So without buying any new rental properties, our equity growth has been over $2 million in the past, I would say 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, it's crazy what having a good market and having good rental properties can do for your net worth. Before we go over the numbers of the check that we got and what we did with it, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We do cool shit like this all the time, and we document it here on this channel so you can learn from it and take the journey with us. So here are the numbers on our single family rental portfolio cash out refinance. We own apartments, we own storage facilities, but what we're talking about in this video and that check I mentioned earlier was all from our rental property equity.
You own an office building now too.
I own an office building now too, so do you. So as of about 2 weeks ago, our single family rental portfolio was worth $13 million.
Right.
And we had mortgages on that of $8.1 million.
Right.
So that gave us a little less than $5 million of equity that we talked about that has obviously grown over the past couple years. So we had about a 60% loan to value on that, meaning, $8.1 million is 60% of 13 million. So we had some equity in there and we wanted to take advantage of that equity. If it's just sitting in there, it's not really accomplishing anything. So you have options when you have a lot of equity, and one of those options is to take that equity out as cash. We got a new loan of 75% of the value of those properties, which is about what?
Yeah, so 75% of 13 million is right at 9.5 million.
So we got a new loan of 9.5 million, and we owed 8.1 million on the properties that we had. So the fact that we got that new loan, we paid off that old loan, and that left us with $1.4 million of tax-free money. I'm going to explain how it's tax-free at the end. So we were able to tap into that equity, and we do have a new loan. It is a loan, so we do have to make interest payments on it, but talk about the terms of that new loan and how it actually was even better than the old loan.
Yeah, with our old debt, we had multiple loans, multiple loans ranging from 4.5% to probably 6% interest rate, and probably a 25-year AMs on most of them. So with the new loan, we had 3.95% interest rate spread over 30 years. So our payment to the bank every month actually went down.
Nice. So we increased cash flow and got all that cash. So let's talk about what we did with that cash, that 1.4 million bucks.
Which is a huge part of it, because if you're just getting this cash out to blow it on stuff that doesn't help you build your business, I think it's a very poor decision on your part.
I agree. So this 1.4 million, we're going to tell you exactly what we did with it. And we did what wealthy people do. Honestly, we didn't blow it on stupid stuff. So it's not going to be a bunch of cool, sexy things that we spent the money on.
Not this time.
Not this time. However, we did do some cool stuff with it. I think it's more exciting than going and buying a vacation house or a boat or something like that. So what we did with that $1.4 million was $600,000 of it we paid off private lenders. We owed lenders some money for operating capital. We had a few loans with some private lenders on the properties before they refinanced. So 600 of that came off the books and went to our private lenders.
Yeah, when we're adding these rental properties, sometimes we bring on partners as a small ownership percentage. Sam and I are always the majority owners, but what this refi allowed us to do is just clean up the books completely, and now Sam and I are back to 50-50 owners on the whole portfolio. One of Sam and I's newly found strategies is maybe to start paying off some houses as we continue to grow in this huge portfolio that we're creating. So this also allowed us, this $1.4 million, allowed us some flexibility to maybe pay off some houses. And we did decide to pay off some houses. We paid off about $500,000 worth of houses, and the bank notes on those were about $350,000.
Awesome. So 1.4, we took out 600, we took out 350,000,
Yep.
and then we shook 100 grand. Kind of nice, not like a huge amount. We could have each taken, 700 each, because you can do whatever you want. There's no rules on what you do with this cash out refinance. But we shook 100,000, and that left us $250,000 in reserves, which is awesome. So we put $250,000 in the bank for a rainy day, a stormy day, or whatever would happen in the future, or we got hit with some pretty big tax bills this year we didn't quite know about. So we have that in reserve. So we feel like we secured ourselves by paying off private lenders. We got some paid off properties that we can do some cool things with. We took some cash ourselves, and then we also are more secure in the bank. So
and we increased cash flow.
And we increased cash flow. So overall, it was just a win-win-win for us, and we feel like it's really going to help project us to even buy more properties going forward.
Yeah. Before Sam tells you why this money is tax-free, comment below and tell us what you guys would do with that $1.4 million.
I think there's going to be some crazy things in the comments, but that's all right. So here's why it was tax-free. It's because it was debt. We took our debt from 8.1 million to 9.5 million. So that 1.4 million that we took out, we still owe that to the bank. That is a mortgage that we owe, and debt is not tax. So that's the beautiful thing about it. We do have to pay it back, but the tenants are paying back that 1.4 million at 3.95%, and we feel like we're taking that 1.4 million and doing way more things with it that are going to give us a way higher return than that 3.95%. So it's just taking that money and better utilizing it to make more than that low percentage.
Yeah, this is cash in our bank account right now, but it's not income, so it's not going to show up on your tax return. Like Sam said, it's debt. It's just the opposite of income, but it is cash, so we can physically do whatever we wanted with it. But if you do take any of money personally, like that 100 grand, we're going to be taxed on that 100 grand. So keep that in mind if you guys are doing some type of cash out refi with your rental portfolio.
Awesome. So there was a great Friday for us.
Pretty good Friday. $1.4 million Friday.
Not bad.
Not bad.
So tell them what we did Saturday to celebrate.
We toasted a glass of champagne, right?
We
I
did.
almost put a hole in your ceiling trying to get the cork out of the bottle.
Yeah, we don't celebrate much, but we celebrated this one. Luke came over and had a little glass of champagne swimming
We
pool with
cheers
the kids.
with flutes.
We cheered with flutes.
Weren't they your wedding flutes?
They were. See you on the next one.